ignites the air-fuel mixture. There we go. Spark plug ignites the air-fuel mixture. Now we talked about the fire triangle, right? The fire triangle has three elements. That would be oxygen, fuel, and heat or spark. Well, we're talking about internal combustion engines, not diesels, which means that they have a fire inside. Combustion, yeah, the combustion process is an oxidation process which requires oxygen. Okay, how much, watch this, how much of the air is oxygen?
28%.
False.
21%.
21%, yeah, because 78% of the air is what?
Carbon
dioxide. No, nitrogen is correct, thank you. Okay, good. So, the spark plug ignites the air-fuel mixture, and the ignition system fires the spark plug.
Do you have glasses?
Because there's a whole system behind firing that spark plug. And actually, there's 4 ignition systems that we're going to study, going from the oldest to the newest, which is cool because, you know, the new system, pretty much everybody uses the same system again, so that's good. That makes things a lot easier. The ignition system fires a spark plug. Now, is it important to do that at the right time?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. It's called ignition timing. So it's important to do it at the right time, the right amount, for the right length of time. Now, what determines what the right time to fire a spark plug is? Well, a whole lot of dynamometer testing. Back in the olden days, we used to really approximate it, like carburetors. We were just like kind of approximating the air-fuel ratio. Well, the same thing was true with ignition systems. We were using distributors, though, and we were kind of approximating the right time to fire the spark plug. Well, now we can do it very exactly, because what's going to control the firing of the spark plug? What's going to control the ignition system in a modern car?
The switch.
What?
PCM.
PCM is correct. Thank you. Good.
You say the switch? Turned it on.
Yep. PCM, baby. All right. So the ignition system fires the spark plug. I guess we could go ahead and say, oh, that's wrong, huh? Today's the 19th?
Yeah, sorry.
I thought it was the 18th. No, today's the 19th.
PCM controls the ignition system. Figaro type of chain. Did you guys know that? Figaro was a type of chain?
Yeah,
Figaro?
You knew that?
You're
talking about like the pattern, right?
Yeah. I don't know, is it?
the Figaro.
Oh no, Figaro the cat.
Yeah, that's correct. I'll give you $5 for that right now.
Hey, they better have two zeros on the end. It's dirty red on each one.
I'm gonna have 3 zeros.
And that's just for the pen. Gotta have 2 zeros.
So, where do you go to buy stuff like that?
I got mine from my
The one of swap meet.
Swami.
The swap meet.
My daughter from LA. One of my dad's is a jeweler.
Yeah, it's either.
There you go. Yeah.
So he gives my dad discounts.
Well, I mean, because there's a whole bunch of ways to get jacked up buying jewelry, right?
Yeah.
My aunt's a jeweler.
I mean, the difference between 10 karat and 18 karat and 24 karat is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to it. Many ways.
I bought a chain from Villain's cousin, but it kept making my neck turn green, so.
Whose cousin? That ain't right. My cousins are all in Mexico.
There you go.
They already got deported.
Yeah, I got deported for selling bogus jewelry.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's not the Cavalier.
That's not the Cavalier way. Yes. Yes, he got expelled from school and then, yeah. Okay, anyways.
The camera's rolling, bro.
The PCM is going to control the ignition system. Is it also going to control the fuel system?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's also going to control the idle system to make sure the idle speed is correct. Incidentally, we did a smoke check on the dually yesterday, and we found that we had some kind of vacuum leak in the wherever it is.
What are you looking for? You looking for?
I'm looking for the idle air control valve for a Ford.
Oh, that's for three.
No, that's a coil on plate.
What's this? Okay. It's a fuel injector.
Uh-huh. What happened to my beautiful thing? Oh my God.
Come on.
Detention. Detention. Yeah, that's right.
Go to the office.
Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead. Deport him now. Okay, here it is, right there.
I grabbed it. The camera's rolling.
Yes, that's not the Cavalier way.
Send me videos of the 80s.
Right there. No, it's not. That's epoxy. Oh, it's hard already. Oh, okay. That's all your little frendejos that need a freaking detention. That right there is idle air control valve. We found that it was leaking. Okay.
How can you test that?
Well, it's called a smoke
Soapy
test.
water on.
Well, you could do it that way, but
Put what? Water?
a better way to do it is just hook it up to a smoke machine that pumps a bunch of smoke into it, and any place you have a vacuum leak, you're gonna see smoke come pouring out of it. So that's another $100 or so. 'Cause, you know, just bust out that magic plastic card and just like,
The magic block?
here you go, buddy.
Definitely card.
Yeah, I just throw it like a freaking boomerang, and it goes boop boop boop. Pawn shop goes to the auto parts, goes to the freaking steakhouse, goes to.
That's
It comes back to me.
And then got a Vince's.
Yeah, wait till tomorrow. Can't do Vince's. No, I don't think we'll go to Vince's.
You're the Outback Steakhouse.
I want to trip a different
Outback? Outback is not a good steakhouse.
I've never been to
Black
Outback.
Angus?
I've never been to a steakhouse.
Oh.
Black Angus actually has a Groupon.
You gotta take her to Pinnacle
Black
Peak.
Angus. Is it Angus?
Pinnacle Peak. Shit, I've been to Pinnacle Peak in freaking 30 years.
You gotta take her to Pinnacle Peak and make sure you wear a tie.
You've never been to Pinnacle Peak in your life.
Yeah, I have.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, my dad made me wear a tie when I went and they cut it.
they're gonna put beans on my plate?
Hell no.
As soon as they put beans on my plate, I'm freaking walking. Haram.
What's wrong with beans?
Beans was bomb.
What's wrong with beans, Rowcliffe?
Yo, you being racist? What's wrong with beans?
What's wrong with beans, Rowcliffe?
Yo,
Well,
so-
as you can see, since I'm 3 feet taller than all of you. All right, PCM controls the ignition system. PCM also controls the fuel system. PCM is going to control the powertrain, right? It's a powertrain control module, so it's a separate TCM, transmission control module. But it's all going to be under the PCM. You know, it'll be different for different cars, different setups. But the important thing is that the PCM is going to control the ignition. Why? Because does it make a big difference if you do your ignition right? Yeah, it makes a big difference. Incidentally, I just noticed this weekend that even if I drive like a complete freaking moron in that C7, 450 horsepower, it still gets 19 miles a gallon. If you drive like a freaking moron, it gets 19 miles a gallon. So you can imagine if you're actually a decent person and drove it like a normal human
Normal
being.
human being.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Rowcliffe was speeding in the C7?
No, of course
Rowcliffe's
not.
always
Of course not. Of course
I saw him
not.
yesterday. I saw him yesterday.
Of course, I'm always speeding because I'm coming. Oh no, I'm only speeding when I'm coming to work. When I'm leaving, I'm driving as slow as I can,
Because you
wiping
love your
tears
job.
from my eyes.
because you love your job.
Damn
Right?
it. Yeah, in fact, yeah.
Get off me, wife.
The
I
only-
want to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I'm speeding is so I can hurry back.
Hurry back.
Facts. Facts. That's the facts alert that just went off. Alright. So, the spark plug. Let us see. Yeah, I'll take that. Take that out. Let's see, it goes like this, it goes like that, and then it goes
That
like
piece
this,
of corn? Yeah.
it goes like this.
Can you clean the bomb?
It goes like that, goes like that.
Oh, spark plug.
I know, right? Damn, that's a good drawing.
It is. It's getting better over time, Rowcliffe.
Yeah.
Rowcliffe,
I've
you
been
should,
making this drawing for 40 years now.
you should be an art major.
A couple of months ago.
This is gonna help me pursue my dream of being an artist major,
That's right.
On the call.
An artist major.
an art major in college.
Yes, so you can sit around and drink little cups of espresso with your pinky out.
Hey, Rowcliffe, you know there's a they actually sold like a painting like recently that was, they called it like an invisible portrait, and it was just nothing there, and they sold it for like 3.4 million.
Do you know what's worse than that? Dude, they sold they sold a banana
Oh my god.
for close
He
to
doesn't
10
want to
mil.
hear about it anymore.
Stop. Yeah, and a billionaire bought it and ate the banana.
I would have too.
Did the world a favor. Of course, if you looked at it in a different way, you could say, what if you took that $10 million and actually helped out some really hungry people, like, you know, all these people that are blinded by river blindness in Africa? You could have taken that $10 million and given it to them, but instead you just made a big freaking splash so you could see your name in the newspaper. Also, I'm at McDonald's this morning, and this 22-year is a part number, I should point out, and then this goes like this. That's where you put the wrench, or the socket probably. And then it comes down like this, and then it cut a little, depending on the spark plug. And then it goes like this, then it goes like that. There you go. Not the world's worst. Not the world's best, but not the world's worst. You used to. Oh, I still do. Well, I could do that. Oh, where's my ignition box? Some battery killing fools at this freaking place. It's just a level of carelessness. Just a level of carelessness. See, they disconnected my laptop charger so they could charge the Chromebook. Oh, wait, why? Why did they have to charge the Chromebook with my freaking laptop charger? Because they're so insanely irresponsible that they can't even come to school with a charged up Chromebook. Which is a good look, really, if you think about it. And now, since they left the laptop on,
The
now-
laptop's almost dead.
yeah, the laptop's almost dead. Hooray! Huh. Oh, that's incorrect too, huh? Okay. Let's try this one. maybe. Okay, so that's the spark plug. No, that's what I was looking for, my vehicle ignition box. Go this way. Oh, yeah. So many treasures. Ah! What the hell is that? Some type of oil or something? Alright, spark plug. There you go. Little raffle. Like that. Oh yes. Beautiful, beautiful spark plug. Mm-hmm. The bujia, right? Okay, this one has a gasket instead of having a bevel. Two different types of sealing systems on spark plugs. We'll get to that later. What material is that made of right there? What?
I mean, steel.
Look at the color. No, there are a couple of aluminums that look like this, like 6061 and 7073, but what does that tell you? Yeah, it tells you it's steel for sure, because iron isn't that color, right? Now, this is, that might be a type of stainless. Might be. Might be a stainless what?
Steel.
Stainless steel. Now, does stainless steel mean that it never gets rusty?
No.
No. It's, I mean, the more expensive stainless steels are more likely to perform for long periods of time. This all looks like it's chrome plated. There might be stainless here, but I mean, if you're in a marine environment, it's just going to chew everything up. It just does. That's why, you know, you see this big old boat and you're like, man, that boat is so sweet. But it's an old boat and it's been stored in the water. Watch out. So anyway, we can tell that that's steel. Now, are all stainless steels magnetic? No, they're not. Some are though. So this test only works on.
A certain amount.
I wonder if that doesn't look like regular steel, because you would think on an old plug like this, if it was regular steel, it'd already be, you know, getting dark orangey. What's that orange?
Rust.
Rust. Good. Okay. So here's your spark plug right here, and you can see. Well, I guess I can hold it like that, so it looks like the drawing. You can see this white part, which is made of what? Yeah, porcelain. Yeah.
Porcelain.
This stuff they make toilets out of. Now, is porcelain an insulator or a conductor?
Insulator.
It's an insulator. I mean, it's a ceramic, right? Okay. Ceramic means it's made out of sand. Is sand a conductor?
No. Oh,
Right? Isn't porcelain a type of glass?
yeah.
Glass is a super cooled liquid. That means you make it liquid and you cool it down really, really fast before it has time to change forms. Kind of like how they make strong steel. Anyways, it's got this porcelain thing. It's got this thing right here called the center electrode, and the voltage is going to run down here because the spark plug wire is coming this way and that way, and the voltage is going to run down the center electrode, and then it comes out right there, center electrode, and then the voltage is like, I want to get to ground. Well, what's grounded? See these threads right here? These threads go into the cylinder head. Is the cylinder head grounded? Yeah, how? Because the cylinder head is bolted to the block. The block has a ground strap that goes from the block to the frame. And from the frame, we have the negative battery cable that goes from the frame to the negative terminal on the battery. That's the ground path. So, I got all this voltage. How many volts? I don't know. It depends on a lot of stuff. But we would probably expect between 4 and 40,000 volts. Depending on a lot of things, you know, the year of the vehicle and whatnot. But, I got a spark plug gap. Okay, so between 4 and 40,000 volts. Now, why do you need that much voltage? You need that much voltage because you're trying to jump a gap. Now, you're trying to jump a, how do you say, apertura? Yeah. I was gonna say la ancha, but that's width. Apertura, that's the distance between two things. Yeah? That's called a gap, spark plug gap. See, and that's why I can't hold spark plug. Now my question to you is this an important dimension?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an insanely important dimension. So we need to check this gap every time we do spark plugs. Make sure that it is equal on every spark plug, because if it's not, you're gonna have one cylinder that runs different from all the others, and that's bad luck. So there's the gap right here, and inside the spark plug, and then this goes back up here. So the voltage is going to run down here, and then it's run down here, run down here, and finally jump the gap down there. So that's what's going on inside the plug. The porcelain, as you can see, wherever I put my plug, there it is, right there. Okay. The porcelain you see right here is the same porcelain that's right there. What's the purpose of the porcelain? The porcelain acts as an insulator. An insulator is something that does not allow electricity to flow freely, right? So, right? So I have the center electrode, which is the conductor, and then it's surrounded by this porcelain, and the role of the porcelain is to make sure that the electricity goes down the center electrode and doesn't go anywhere else. Now, why does it want to go everywhere else? Because it's high voltage. Which is more likely to leak, a high pressure hose or a low pressure hose?
High pressure load?
High pressure, yeah, because it's got more stuff fighting to get out. Which is why, if you ever do your, say for instance, your power steering hoses, the return side almost never leaks. It's almost always the high pressure side. Why? Because when you got 600 PSI trying to get out, it's usually a lot more successful than having 60 PSI trying to get out. 60 PSI doesn't push that hard. All right, so this thing right here is called the center electrode. And this thing right there is called the side electrode. I guess I could go ahead and do that too. And I could say that this is the porcelain. Ah. And that thing right there is the part number. Why do spark plugs have part numbers?
Because they're different sizes.
Yeah. Well, different engines, right? Different manufacturers.